Okay, I'm going to be showing you how to strip and assemble the M4 Carbine, which is AR-15 rifle. Most AR-15 strip and assemble in exactly the same way. So first and foremost, before you do anything with the rifle, make sure it's safe. Do that by removing the magazine, opening and holding the working parts, inspect inside the chamber, check the bolt face as well, and then release the working parts once you're satisfied the weapon's clear. Now don't fire off the action, it's important because we need the hammer to be back for the reassembly of the rifle, so the hammer needs to stay in the down position. So don't fire off the action and keep it cocked. Now you may want to remove any accessories you've got, foregrips, scopes. I do recommend removing those, especially scopes, because if you drop the receivers or anything when assembling, you can damage your scopes. So first and foremost then, what you need to do is you need to locate the two takedown pins on the rifle. You'll see one at the top of the pistol grip and one is at the top and just in front of the mag well. Now you push these from the side of the rifle where you'll normally have the safety catch and the bolt release. You push them out from that side, both at the same time so they're flush with the weapon. You'll then see at the other side they're now protruding slightly. Pull them all the way out until they click. Now if you just pull the rear one, you'll see the weapon pivots like this. Now you can get at most stuff like this if you need to, and that can be quite handy, but I prefer to take the upper receiver off completely. So to do that, making sure you're holding both parts, pull the front pin all the way out until it clicks, and then remove the upper and lower receiver. Place the lower receiver off to one side for now. Keeping the upper receiver, which has the barrel, we're going to turn our attention to the bolt and the charge handle. This is a standard T-charge handle, but it's an ambidextrous one, so it's slightly adapted, but it's no different to any other T-charge handle. Simply gripping the handle, pull that out until it comes all the way out and stops, in which case you can slide the bolt the rest of the way out, place that off to one side, and then to get the charge handle out itself, all you need to do is tilt it down slightly like that and slide it all the way out. And that's your upper receiver stripped. The only thing you need to do on the lower receiver is to remove the buffer spring. The buffer spring is in here in the stock. To remove the buffer spring, you'll see there is a small little spring-loaded catch there. You simply push that in and that will release the buffer spring. Slide the buffer spring out and again place that off to one side. And that's pretty much it for a field strip. From here you can get down the barrel, put a pull through the barrel. You can clean the bolt and bolt face, the buffer spring, the buffer tube and the trigger mechanism as well. So that's everything you would need to do. So the reassembly then is basically the same in reverse. So starting with the lower receiver, taking the buffer spring, sliding it into the buffer tube until it clicks into place and make sure it stays there. Then taking the upper receiver, starting with our charge handle, we need to put it in at the same angle that we took it out earlier, because if we try to slide it straight in through the back it won't fit because it's got these little divots here. So you need to put it in at a slight angle to get the slot in, make sure it goes all the way forward and can come back, then leaving it slightly out from the weapon. We need to do that in order to get this part of the gas parts from the bolt into the charge handle so they slide together. So with that slightly out, taking the bolt, ensuring that the bolt is all the way forward, insert that into the weapon and then slide the two pieces in together until they click, like so. Then take the lower receiver, match it up with the upper receiver, close, and then the two pins you've got on the opposite side, push them through like so. It's important there that the hammer is back. If the hammer is forward and you try to close the upper receiver onto the lower receiver, you can damage the hammer. So make sure that is in the down position. Once that's done, it's always best just to do a quick functions check, make sure the weapon is functioning properly. So first off, charge the weapon, apply the safety catch, and test by pulling the trigger. The action should not release. Once you're satisfied the safety works, disengage the safety and pull the trigger, but keep your finger down on the trigger. Don't release the trigger. Keep that pressure on and charge the rifle again. Now the hammer should not activate, and when you release the trigger you should hear a click. That click is the safety seals inside the trigger mechanism engaging. So now the hammer is ready to be released again. So a second trigger pull should release the hammer, which it has. So we know that that's functioning correctly. Then you can go ahead and reinstall any accessories you had, including scopes. And there you go. Stripping and assembling the M4 carbine. Thanks for watching.